So wait till you skip a week. My name is Ashley Chuhan and welcome to Crash Course Classics. Today we'll be venturing into the emotional train wreck that is Gaius Valerius Catullus. Now, many of you may know him because of a certain 16, but I will assure you that we will definitely not be talking about this poem. Oh my god. Cut. Do 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 do. Vivamus mea lesbia, atque amemus. Or should I say, Vivamus mea lesbia atque amemus. One of the most famous lines of Catullus, made popular due to all of those lady Latinists out there who swoon at the charm of thousands and thousands and thousands of kisses. Unfortunately, these sentiments did not last very long, and by sentiments, I mean many of Catullus's most famous poems are written to the love of his young life, Lesbia. Catullus nicknamed her Lesbia as a dedication to one of his favorite poets, Sappho of Lesbos. One of Catullus's poems is actually almost a direct translation of Sappho 31. Ille me par esse, Deo videtur. That man seems to me to be equal to a god. And you know who that man was? Lesbia's husband! That's right, classicists. Catullus was not obsessed with some random single girl in Rome. Lesbia was a random married girl who so often slept around that she had an awful reputation around the circus. Her name isn't even Lesbia, it's Claudia! Lesbia is Claudia Metelli. Her brother is actually the same Publius Clodius Pulcher who dressed up as a woman to infiltrate his grimy little self into the Bona Dea festival. You can imagine how wildly that fama was running through Rome because of this family. Boom! And you get book 4 reference. Woo! But this is Catullus's video. Claudia practically ruined Catullus. From what his poems say, anyway. We don't know much about Catullus. In fact, the works that we know for sure are written by him were discovered in his hometown Verona in the 14th century, under a beer barrel. Now, that doesn't tell us anything about Catullus, and I don't know what does. All of the poems we have from our beloved Catullus were found on that sole manuscript. Could you imagine, like, the hundreds, maybe even thousands of poems that he probably composed outside of this, like, inebriated papyrus? I can't.
Miss Chuhan, why are we studying Catullus if he's so, like, inappropriate and, like, gross and, he's so cheesy.
Oh, me from the past. If only you knew. Catullus is so much more than sex jokes. Let's take a look at one of his poems, Catullus 8. Miser Catulle, de sinas inactire, et quod vides perisse, perditum ducas. Poor Catullus, just stop being a fool. You should consider that what you see to have perished has already been destroyed. What Catullus is basically doing in this poem is like a sort of schizo, but like in a good way, don't get me wrong. He's battling between the smitten, lesbia-loving Catullus and the angry yet rational lesbia-hating Catullus. Haven't we all been there in that same love-hate scenario? Some people think it's like a little loony writing a poem to yourself. It's actually like really fascinating to all you scholarly and worldly Latin students, such as yourself. And like, the verb usage is incredible, like, just look at that. Okay, well, I hate to go back to Lesbia, but, you know, okay, we have this video of her, and I mean, I'd hate for it even more to go to waste, so, let's go to the thought bubble. Is this thing on? Okay. Yeah. You wanna know about Catullus? Huh. He was interesting. All the guys I've ever talked to sort of run together after a while, but I remember him so well because he was so into me. Like, unreasonably into me. I wanted to meet new people, try new things, but he'd always get so offended. Like, come on, man. You're young, you're handsome, you're talented. Don't call me a wretch for not liking you.
What? I gave you everything. I was good to you. I gave you 1,000 kisses and I'll give you 1,000 or something if you don't shut up.
Well, one of my personal favorites of Catullus is an early one. Nothing romantic, nothing passionately angry, just something that I think really sticks with you after you read it. I'll give you some context. So Catullus is a poor artist in Rome, or we heard that before, you know, the classic story. And his friend is inviting him out to dinner, but you know, he has no money because he's a poor artist. So Catullus offers something else. Let me spit you a verse. Nam unguentum dabo, quod meae puellae donarunt, veneres cupidinisque, quod tucum facies, deos rogabis, totum, ut te faciant fabulae nasum. Yep, you read that right. Fabulous, I will give you a perfume that smells so darn good that you're gonna beg the gods to become a nose. Incredible. Now, despite all the genitalia jokes and passionate and passive aggression, you know, there's something incredibly special about Catullus. In an era of cut and dry De Bello Gallico and overwhelmingly rich Virgil, Catullus is one of us, a normal kid exposed to the corruption of the world whose emotional outlet just happens to be poetry. He's basically like the perfect introduction to Roman poetry because, you know, some of his poems are like stupidly interesting. Where else can one find such raw, uncensored, honest poetry in Latin? Not everyone has conquered a nation or tossed themselves onto a funeral pyre, but undoubtedly, every single one of us has experienced heartbreak, whether it be a nasty breakup or a massive disappointment or the loss of a close friend. Catullus gets it, and maybe that's why we educate ourselves with his works. It's our own psychology in hendecasyllabic meter. Alwen atque vale. To whom do I dedicate this new, charming little video? The script was written by me, Ashley Shuhan, with special help from Madeline Isonia and Tori Isonia. We'd also like to dedicate this video to Miss Rachel Freeman and Dr. Jim Freeman. Crash Course Classics would not be possible without you.